Hi friends, I have another craft for us today. Today we are going to do a button bouquet. Isn't this the cutest thing? It's really cool, it's small, it won't take up too much space. Reusing a salt or pepper shaker. Actually, I'm guessing this is salt because of all the holes on the top, but who knows. And then buttons, whatever buttons you happen to have at home. Some scrap felt I used here, so you can see a different kind of different kind of flower. And let's get started. Okay, so I just have an old salt and pepper shaker, but if you don't happen to have one of these at home, you can get them for $1 or $1.25. You can get 2 of them, I think. I don't know actually, but you could just go and pick one up. Anyway, scrap paper. This is some decorative paper. You want to cut it just short of going all the way around. So just a little smaller than going all the way around. And then I'm just going to roll it up and put it inside. So this is covering up the stuff that we're putting in here to hold the wire. So we're putting this in, rolling it up, and then it unrolls. See? Just like this. This is some, what is it, scrapbook paper maybe, but whatever you have is great. And then you can use all kinds of different things to put inside. This happens to be some of that floral foam, but it would work great if you happen to have some old packing foam that's, something came in a box. You just cut a little piece off. You could even put rice in there if you wanted to, and that would hold the wires. So whatever you feel like using. But how I did this was I took actually my friend Bill did it for me, but I took the salt and pepper shaker and I made a little impression in my foam, and so I knew what size it was. And then he took a knife and just cut it out for me, and then we're just going to pop it in there just like that. See, now because of the paper you can't see the foam. That's the whole plan. I got a little crafting pad I'm going to pull out. Okay, so then you just put your lid back on top, and these holes are where we're going to stick the wire. Now this wire I got at Walmart for like $1 really, and it's floral wire. Floral wire comes in long sticks like this, or in a roll. It's easier for this craft if you would use the sticks. That way you can create your own curl. So you have some curl here, add some dimension to the project, and makes the wire shorter. So I don't know how well you can see this, but it's really long, like over 1 foot. So I am just taking it. I have some wire cutters, and I'm just going to cut it in half. And those are the sizes that I used for this. This gauge, it comes in different gauges. This is 20, 22, I hear is a good gauge. And the gauge is how thick it is, I believe. And then you just poke it through the holes in the top of the lid, like this. And then it'll go into the foam that's down here, and that should keep it stable. If you need something that's going to hold its form, but like this, I'm going to put 2 together and see. Nope, I can only put 1 in a hole. But if it were a thinner gauge, and I don't know whether higher number is thinner, I'm not sure how that works. But if mine was thinner, I'd be able to put more in if I wanted to. This is 13. And I like it, but just do what you want to do. Then, of course, we need some buttons, right? So, I've got a bunch of scrap buttons that you have seen in previous crafts, But I picked this up at Walmart too because I loved all the sizes. And you could really go crazy with this stuff. I would use what you have at home unless you just want to go do something fun. But they come already cut in looking like flowers or butterflies, or you can do amazing things. But I just loved all these colors, so I had to snag them. Let me show you how to make a flower. So you take your wire and you're going to poke it through the holes that are already in the button. I am using pliers because it's a lot easier to get it to go through the holes. So if you only have 2 holes, just go up from the bottom, bend your wire, and go back down. And then this one went well. Then you just twist it on the back, just like so that it doesn't go anywhere. Just twist the back or fold the back, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then I'm going to use my same wire cutters. I'm going to snip off the excess. I'll put my hand over so it doesn't go flying. And I'll make a little pile. And that's it. Now, I made it neat on the back. I don't have to cover it up if I don't want to. But on these, I took a little piece of felt and covered it up. So I have some scrap felt here. And I'm just going to cut a little circle. And I don't have the exact colors. And I think that's fine. But I do have a light pink to go over this real pretty bright pink. And then I just have some glue. This happens to be tacky glue. Any kind of glue will work. So we're going to put that on the back. Cover up the back of my button. Hold it for a second. So that's what it looks like with felt on the back. So again, I didn't have the exact color, so you are going to see that, but I think it's fine. And then you just find your place you want to put it in and stick it in. And it's in my foam. And there's my first flower. Isn't that cute? All right, and it gets tighter and tighter as we put more flowers in. So, here's something else you can do. Let's use a bigger one. Let's use, what color do I want to use? Yellow. I'm looking to see what color felt I have because I want to cover this up. But I'm going to use one of these great big yellow buttons and my other half of the wire. And so this one has 4 buttonholes. So I'm going to go up and over and make an X, just like if it was sewn onto your coat. So you might want a little extra wire on the top, and I'm going to do the crisscross. So I'm making an X on the top. I come up from the bottom and then poke this through, going at a diagonal. And I'm going to go back up with my little piece. And this is where the pliers come in handy because it gets a little stiff. So I'm going to grab the end with my pliers and pull. I should get this through. Yep. Just pull it tight through, just like that. Now I just bend it back over and make my X, finish my X. Poke it through a little bit till I can grab it with my pliers. Pull it through, and that's it. Now, same thing I did with the first flower. wrap it around. Make sure it's nice and sturdy. Just like this. Doesn't even wiggle. I'm going to take my wire cutters and trim off the edge, the extra wire. Put my hand over it so I don't fly wire everywhere. It's as easy as that. You can be as creative as you want. Use any kind of colors. Use extra felt. So you basically just need some buttons and some of this floral wire. And the tools that are handy for me are wire cutters and pliers. If your wire is thin enough, regular scissors will cut it. So now I'm going to make this into the flower like that pink one. So I need some yellow. Someone donated all this felt to the senior center. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so then you can eyeball it, which is what I usually do. Or you can draw it out. So let me see if this square is big enough. Ooh, we could make, well, depends on how good you are. I'm not super great, but we could make the daisy. We could make a daisy. That'd be cool. All right, I am going to make just a swirly, leafy, or petally flower. I don't even know if one of these exists, but I am just going up and down, up and down. But you just need to make sure that it's bigger than your button, right? And can cover up the back. It's doing the same thing. Like I just made a little tiny pink one, right, to go over top of the back of this first button to cover up the wire. This is serving that same purpose, but also making it look like a bigger flower. Just something different. You would want to put your tallest flowers and biggest flowers maybe in the back, you know, just like if you were creating your own bouquet with something else, right? With flowers, real flowers. All right, let's see what this looks like. Cute. Look. Isn't that cute? Just free-handed. It's not perfect. It's just cute. I love it. So, I'm just going to glue the back on here. So I have this cute little yellow flower that I made up. I don't even know what kind I'm trying to go for, but I love it. Let's see. Don't need a ton of glue because this felt will stick great. Making sure it's on the back. Hold on a second. This actually looks a little bit sunflowery for me, I think. I've just got some neat little spriggy petals out. See? But let me pull this pink one out. Here's one that's more like a daisy. See? I've got big dips here. Then this one's got little dips. Oh, I love this. So cute. And then you stick it in, right? But I want to show you the curling technique. I have just an old pencil here. And if you have wider ones or thinner ones, a pencil or a paintbrush, I'm just wrapping the wire around like this to give myself curly cue. See? Hope you can see that. And then I just put it in, pick my spot, stick it in this foam so it doesn't spin around. See? And then you just keep adding. You just keep adding. Let me show you this one. This one I was trying to cut like a tulip. Let me pull that out. Look. I think if I made it bigger, that probably would have turned out a little better. But maybe that could be a flower bud, right? Not necessarily a tulip, but that's what I was going for. And then you can just pick all these colors and add in as many as you want, and that's it. And then you end up with a real pretty little tiny bouquet, great for a gift or just to set around, and looks really cute. All kinds of options. So there you go. That's it. That's our craft today. Hope you had a good time. Hope you guys make your own. And we'll see you next time.